So today we're introducing our 12-month-old pup to sheep for the first time. And as you can see, he really doesn't know what to think of them. He has seen sheep before, and well, he was just a puppy at that point. But now he sees them in a pen, and that's a little bit different for him. So what we're trying to do here is get the dog on the other side of the sheep and try to get him to weir back and forth, which will simulate him bringing sheep back to his handler. We don't want him circling the pen. We call this orbiting, and we really don't want him to do this. So David is going to start blocking him from circling the pen in just a second once he settles down a tiny bit. Now at this point, all the obedience this dog has learned has gone completely out the window. This is a good example of why you should always keep your dog on a leash when he is around livestock. If this dog was allowed to continue on like this, he would just run and run until he was completely exhausted. So we are going to have to eventually get him stopped. Normally this dog Moss is very calm, very obedient, very biddable, and has loads of self-control. But this behavior is completely expected from Moss today. We don't want him to continuously circle the sheep. We'd like to see his tail coming down a little bit also. He looks like he's half playing with them at the moment. He's very excited, very switched on. At this stage of his training, we actually don't expect him to listen because for him this is a very exciting moment. He was bred to chase sheep and he knows it. He just doesn't exactly know how he's meant to do it. And that's when the human comes in and teaches him. This is just so pre-programmed in his genetics that he just can't help himself. So he's just basically gone bonkers around these sheep. So David's gonna try and get him to slow down. We like to start our young dogs off using a round pen like this, and we also have a pen around the round pen basically. So this is a completely controlled area where the dog has to stay inside this large round pen, and he cannot bite the sheep. Well, he might try to do it through the bars of the pen, some of them do. But this way, he learns a little bit of self-control, and he is not allowed to harass and harm the sheep. His tail has come down a little bit now, which means he's concentrating a little bit more on the job. A lot of people don't realize the amount of work that actually goes into training a fully trained sheepdog. We think that they're at their best around the age of 4. This is always the most difficult part, trying to control the dog when he has this massive distraction, but they usually come around and realize that they have to comply. This is an example of why you can't train working border collies with treats, clickers, and reward-only training. And now he has to try and catch Moss. And that's not going to be so easy. Next time we'll put a long line on him.